sad news. Chuck Norris, the film star, has died.
The early weeks of 2026 have been unusually heavy. Names we grew up with, voices we recognized on the radio.
Lex, what has chewing gum got to do with the secrets of the universe?
Faces we welcomed into our living rooms week after week. Several of them are gone now, in the span of just a few months. Some had been fighting illness quietly for years. Others went suddenly without warning.
People get very hateful because I don't have the same opinion that they have. You know, let's be human about this here.
Together, they shaped decades of American culture. Today, we look back at famous celebrities we lost in the last days.
Did not live a normal life for 8 years. I had tinfoil on my windows. But now, looking back on it, I wouldn't have changed that for anything. I'm glad I went through that.
She became an actress entirely by accident. In 1971, she was working as a showgirl in Las Vegas when an agent spotted her at a dinner party in Los Angeles and thought she might be right for a film. That was how Valerie Pine ended up cast as Montana Wildhack in Slaughterhouse-Five in 1972. An adult film actress abducted by aliens.
How long will they keep us here?
I don't know. You are here. You have always been here.
Time magazine called her performance charming, sensual, and funny. Bob Fosse recognized something deeper. In Lenny in 1974, she played Honey Bruce.
I'll pay you back this time. He said he'd call on...
The wife of comedian Lenny Bruce, portrayed by Dustin Hoffman, and the performance earned her the Best Actress prize at Cannes and an Oscar nomination. She lost to Ellen Burstyn that year, but she had announced herself. Then came Miss Teschmacher. Eve Teschmacher was Lex Luthor's girlfriend in Superman in 1978, the comic foil, the decoration.
I didn't think you'd let me later.
Thank you, Miss Teschmacher.
Why is it I can't get it on with the good guys?
Perrine made her something more. Sympathetic enough that audiences believed her choice to rescue Superman from the kryptonite pool in exchange for a promise to save her mother. It was a small, precise piece of acting, and it is the role most people carry with them. She was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease in 2015. The illness gradually took her mobility and her speech, and eventually her finances too.
Who is also in one of the earliest superhero movies has died, Valerie Pine.
She died at her home in Beverly Hills on March 23, 2026. She was 82. Her brother said she fought until the end and never gave up. Those who cared for her said she never once complained.
I don't age. I level up.
10 days before he died, Chuck Norris posted a video of himself boxing in Hawaii to mark his 86th birthday. The caption read, "I don't age. I level up." He had been saying things like that for decades, and the internet had been saying them back at him for even longer. The Chuck Norris facts, those thousands of memes about a man so tough that time itself would not dare touch him.
They kind of work hand in hand as the discipline and the concentration that you've got to maintain at all times.
The joke worked because something in it was almost plausible. He had trained every day for 60 years. He was still moving. Born Carlos Ray Norris in Ryan, Oklahoma in 1940, he came from very little. His father was an alcoholic who abandoned the family. By his own account, he was shy, introverted, and no kind of natural athlete. What changed his life was the Air Force, and what the Air Force gave him was a base in South Korea and an introduction to Tang Soo Do. He came home a martial artist, opened a studio in California, and spent the 1960s competing and teaching.
And I started teaching, and about 3 months, I fell in love with teaching, and I decided to make that my career.
His students included Steve McQueen, who eventually told him he should be acting seriously. What followed was a specific kind of American career. Breaker, The Missing in Action trilogy, Code of Silence, Delta Force, Lone Wolf McQuade. He became the action star for people who wanted their heroes laconic and unglamorous. No jokes, no smirk, just the work.
Yeah, I was. But after 5 days of agonizing pain, the Cobra died.
The 90s brought Walker, Texas Ranger, 8 seasons of television that introduced him to a new generation and made him a fixture in Saturday afternoon viewing across the country.
We're gonna catch him, CD. I promise.
He died on March 19, 2026 in Hawaii after a sudden medical emergency. The family kept the circumstances private. He was surrounded by the people he loved, they said, and he was at peace. His daughter called him her safe person. To the world, his family wrote, he was a martial artist, an actor, and a symbol of strength.
The next time things get tough, you mess up on a test or lose the game, don't let it get you down. Don't give up and you'll be a winner.
To us, he was something quieter, a devoted husband, a loving father, the heart of our family. He was 86 years old.
But why she has an affair, why Helen has an affair, has nothing to do with revenge. She has an affair because she's 30 years old, has a wonderful marriage, a profession she's happy in, and 2 wonderful children.
She grew up in Marshalltown, Iowa, and was babysat as a child by Gene Seberg, a detail that feels almost too perfectly literary for someone who would spend her life in serious drama.
Oh, Charles. I gotta go.
Mary Beth Hurt made her name on Broadway first, earning 3 Tony nominations across a decade of theater work, before Woody Allen cast her in Interiors in 1978.
Sam, if he wants to move back in with you, he will. If he doesn't, he won't.
Why are you so reluctant to help me?
Reluctant? I do nothing but cater to you.
Joyce.
The World, according to Garp, followed in 1982, alongside Robin Williams.
He's a writer. His novel was just published, Procrastination by T.S. Garp.
The Age of Innocence, 6 Degrees of Separation. She moved between prestige projects with a quiet selectiveness that kept her consistently respected across 5 decades. She was married to director Paul Schrader from 1983 until her death. She was diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease in 2015 and spent her final years in assisted living in New Jersey, with Schrader nearby. She died on March 28, 2026. She was 79. Her daughter said she took on every role in her life, actress, wife, mother, friend, with grace and a kind ferocity.
They gave you your choice of duty, son. Anything, anywhere. Do you believe that shit? Where do you think you want to go?
He never played the hero. He played the man standing in the hero's way, and you remembered him every time. James Tolken spent 25 years in New York theater before 2 films in 1985 and 1986 made his face impossible to forget. As the bow-tied vice principal Strickland in Back to the Future, he had one job.
You remind me of your father when he went here. He was a slacker, too. I notice your band is on the roster for the dance auditions after school today. Why even bother, McFly? You don't have a chance. You're too much like your own man.
Make Marty McFly's life difficult. As Commander Stinger in Top Gun, his final line, "God help us," landed like punctuation on a decade of American swagger. Tolken died on March 27, 2026 in Lake Placid, New York, where he had lived with his wife Parmalee Wells, married 54 years. He was 94. A Korean War veteran, an art collector, a theater man first. 2 roles were all it took to make him permanent. 6 names, 6 very different lives. The first months of 2026 have carried a particular kind of weight. These are not abstract losses. They are the people whose work accompanied real moments in real lives. Somewhere, Someone watched Home Alone with their children this winter, not knowing it would be one of the last times that felt uncomplicated. If one of these names meant something to you, a film, a song, a game, a face you recognized, we would love to hear about it in the comments. And if you want to stay close to these stories as they unfold, please subscribe. It helps us keep doing this. Thank you for watching.